Hello everyone, welcome to Humble Impressions. I wish I could be more excited, but unfortunately, I played Space Engineers. I originally started doing a much longer video on this, and I'm going to cut this one a lot shorter. I'm going to save my rant about bad early access games and what they do to early access for another time. But I will say, this is a game I was looking forward to, or at least somewhat looking forward to. It had been on my Steam wishlist for a while. I saw it in the Humble Bundle, was pretty excited about that, so I was looking forward to trying this game. The first big issue was the 4.5 minute loading screen. I hit new game, and I literally sat on a loading screen for 4.5 minutes. I can't think of any game I have ever played on any system, on any console, that took 4.5 minutes to load. That being said, once I did make it through that loading screen, I was still a little excited. I had been looking forward to the game, so I was still a little excited. However, the first 60 seconds consisted of nothing more than the audio cutting in and out, the video cutting in and out. Even when the game would start to run a little bit, it would freeze up. The frames per second were in the single digit range. Here, I'll show you the first 30 seconds. I've had games start a little rough, although I can't think of anything that's been this bad. Unfortunately, even after around 60 seconds, while I did turn down settings and I did get it to improve some, I was still running the game on low settings, which I shouldn't have had to do, and I was still getting frame drops. I was still having the audio clip in and out. It just seems to be a very poorly optimized game. My next big complaint is with the starting area. You have absolutely no idea what you're supposed to do. I spent several minutes wandering around, hoping I'd stumble upon what I needed to do, or how I needed to start building, or how I could get to space, because Space Engineers, I should be able to go to space. However, I mostly just wandered around, got in a couple starting ships, tried to go to space, realized I couldn't. Apparently you can't go to space at first. Wandered into a base, got the crap blown out of a couple ships, realized that there was no way to get back to the main base without suiciding or taking a 30-minute walk. So after starting the game and having no idea what to do, I decided, okay, I'll go play the tutorial levels. Well, it turns out when you click on tutorials, they're not tutorial levels, they're not anything in the game, they're actually YouTube videos. So they take you outside of the game in order to teach you how to play the game. I realize they're going for a Minecraft in space kind of feel here, but unfortunately you need some better idea of what you need to do. Also, you need to be able to get to fucking space. If you buy Space Engineers, you want to go to space. You don't want to wander around on land, you want to go to space. One other big issue I had with the game were the physics. Sometimes the physics were great, other times they were all over the place. I spent probably a minute or two trying to get in this stupid ship that was hovering above the ground, and while the rocket pack I had at first moved at a very nice steady pace, slowly lifted you up, slowly moved you forward, a little while later it was flailing me around, flipping me upside down, making me fall on my side. I couldn't control the thing. There was also some kind of a weird head bob thing, I think, going on, where my character would occasionally tilt left and right, almost as if I was still in first-person mode or something like that, and the head was trying to bob back and forth. I have no idea what was going on. I also had ships act a little weird, although after reading some of the complaints on Steam, it sounds like physics issues are pretty common, which to me is really unacceptable in a flight-based game. You really need your physics to be top-notch, so it's really sad to me that they're not. Also, after reading up on the company some, I don't think this game is ever going to be out of early access. This game has been in early access for 3 years now. They've actually got a second early access game that's been out since last year. With a team of around 50, there's really no excuse for them to have 2 early access games going at the same time. They need to finish one fucking game first, then start on the other. And after looking at their Steam page for their other game, Medieval Engineers, it sounds like people aren't too thrilled about that game either. Overall, this is just a very unfocused company. They also talk about on their website doing artificial intelligence research, and there's just way too much that they're trying to do with a team of 50 people. So anyway, don't play Space Engineers. And if you really want to play Space Engineers, make sure you have a damn nice computer, because I can tell you, even on a mid-range PC, this game does not run well. If you look at the Steam reviews, you can see people with way better PCs than mine also having a lot of issues. So if you don't have a really nice PC, or a whole lot of patience for frame drops and audio cutting in and out, stay away. Also, if you're not willing to watch a whole lot of YouTube videos on your own, or go read wiki pages to figure out how the hell the game works, this game also probably is going to be infuriating for you. I can even deal with that in some games. I liked Factorio just fine, and I did occasionally have to go read stuff on it. However, this game doesn't even give you a start. This game drops you into nothingness, and you're expected to figure out what you need to do. So my goal was not to do any videos on bad games for a while, and that was really my goal. I wanted to only do a video on a bad game if I felt that people really need to be warned about it. However, unfortunately, this one I feel like people need to be warned about. I don't even feel like this game is actually ready to be in early access, and it's actually been in early access for 3 years already. So I really don't see any way that this game is ever going to be polished enough to play. Even if this game comes out of early access in the next year, I really wouldn't trust it. This game still needs a whole lot of work. Someday, if this game gets to a point where it's actually playable, I'll try it again. I'll see if there is something here worth playing. But right now, there's no reason to play this unless you really have a nice PC and you are really patient. So that's all I have. Hopefully next time I have a good game, but unfortunately I felt like the warning needed to be put out there for this. I really wanted these humble impression videos to get off to a nice start and to highlight good games, tell you why you should buy the Humble Bundle, but unfortunately, this is not a reason to buy the Humble Bundle. As of right now, Tharsis for $1 is the reason to buy the Humble Bundle, and I really have no reason to justify paying the $5 or $6 right now. So hopefully I'll find something in that tier and I'll try to make a video about it, but as of right now, yeah, stick with the $1 tier. So that's it for Space Engineers. Don't play it. If you like the video, maybe subscribe, maybe give it a thumbs up. I'll try to get one more video up of this week's Humble Bundle games. I'm not sure which one I'm going to play next. With this bundle being available for a little while, I actually have more time than I thought I was going to do some videos on this one. So hopefully I can get at least one more up and maybe find something worthwhile in that $5 tier. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.